Okay.
Try in a minute.
We're live. Oh my gosh, and we're on time again. This is amazing. Write this down, Lisa.
This is crazy.
We're the Snarky Sisters. I'm Diana.
I'm Lisa, and she's the snarky one.
I'm the snarkier one. And our guest today is the fabulous, lovely, and talented Bill Starks.
Yay.
Hello, everyone.
First,
nice
we
to
start
be
with
with you.
our theme song that we wrote especially for you, Bill.
Oh, boy.
It's the Sunday Songwriter Spotlight with the Snarky Sisters, live at 12:30.
We're on time.
Right here on our Facebook page. With our friends, we will commune because we're communists. Featuring the astonishing Bill Starks and some of his fabulous tunes.
We're happy to host our good friend Bill, one of DC's musical landmarks. Think keyboard pyrotechnics. His playing always creates sparks.
Or even charged quarks.
You won't hear any snarky remarks today.
Maybe one or two. Or
Yeah, maybe one or two. Give a big hand for Mr. Bill Starks. Yay, Bill
Wow.
Starks.
Woohoo! Finally, we've been asking him now. We've done this. This is our 42nd or third show. It's our 43rd, maybe. We've been asking Bill for weeks and weeks and months, and he finally gave in.
And we do have a special helper behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Woo.
Arch. That's
Arch
Arch.
Alcantara.
Shout out, everybody.
Woo. Hey, Arch, thank you so much.
I forgot what we rhymed Arch's name with. What was it?
Carbonara.
Yeah, that's right.
And Lisa made some carbonara. It was like, you know, that the Japanese food you see in restaurants in Japan, plastic food.
It kind of congealed. I turned it upside down and it stayed in the plate. So
Well, I'm going to tell everybody, if you don't know who Bill is, if you're in Australia or maybe the West Coast, for many years, Bill Starks has been primarily a sideman in some of DC's most popular musical groups. Bill got his start in the rhythm method and small talk, performed for many years with Junior Klein and the Recliners, Caravan, the Kathy Ponton King Band, and the Dinettes. Oh, which of those does not belong? And he is a member of Ruthie and the Wranglers. He's been featured on many sold-out Bandhouse gigs and Neumeier Flyer concerts, as well as some IMT, Institute of Musical Traditions shows. But more recently, Bill's songwriting talents have also been recognized. His bluesy anthem, 300 Miles from Memphis to New Orleans, won a WAMA Song of the Year award in 2011. His Rye Repo Man was featured on NPR during the mortgage crisis and is a live show-stopping favorite. Both tunes are on Bill's debut solo CD, I See Trouble, for which Bill won the Songwriter of the Year Whammy in 2013. Bill has also collaborated with fellow songwriters Ruthie Logsdon of Ruthie and the Wranglers and Greg Harden of Ruthie and the Wranglers on tunes such as Ka-Ching and Gas in the Tank, which were featured tracks on Ruthie and the Wranglers' American Express CD. His most recent CD, Do You Hear Me Now? Do you hear me now? Or is it Can You Hear Me Now? Every time I pass it, I say to it, Can you hear me now? But it's Do you hear me now? Includes revisits many of Bill's early up-tempo rockers like the title track, also Marie Suzanne, The River, and Don't Tell Annie. Recording these new versions of some previously recorded early tunes also presented the opportunity for Bill to reunite in the studio with original bandmates and lifelong pals Chuck Underwood, Greg Harden, and Joe Doherty. The album, co-produced by Jim Robison, who is also in the Dinettes, also features the vocal harmonies of the Starks famdamily, Bill's wife Mary and their 4 grown kids, and 3 dogs. You can hear them too. And an all-star horn section, Bruce Swaim, Vince McCool, and Chris Watling. And we're going to say hi, Bill.
Hello.
What
sorry,
have you
friends,
been?
that's all the time we have for today, but
You wrote the biography. I was just reading it. No, that's fine. We have time. We have time. Oh, and we're going to toast you.
We have to toast you. Diana, what do you have today?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Renaissance and pre-Renaissance and post-Renaissance music, and I watched Robin Hood last weekend. So this is a Will Scarlett, Bill Starkslet,
Wow.
Sparklet. There we go.
Okay,
It's
this
very
is
red.
a sparkling, snarky Starktini.
Oh,
A Starktini.
And this is
Cheers.
vitamin water.
Cheers.
And if you believe that,
We really are rocking over here.
What's it really got in that bottle?
it's
All right.
water. So, what have you been doing over since last March, Bill? It's
Oh
been
my
a
gosh.
year.
Well, not as a songwriter, but I've been working a lot, and so I was grateful for the work and the opportunity to make some dough. Well, as long as the music had, dried up and gone away for a while, you would think it would be the perfect time to be sitting around writing songs. And I've got 3 or 4 nuggets that I keep working on and getting stuck on, but I sure wish I had a new song to play for you today, and I don't.
Well, that's okay. We're happy with the old songs. Seriously. Arch is laughing. I hear you.
Some are older and some are newer, and yeah, that's right.
Well, why don't we just dive in and choose a song and play it for
Absolutely.
us?
Okay, that sounds great. Tell you what, with everybody struggling, with the clubs closed up and with so little work, I know people have had their financial concerns over the past year. So here's a song I'll send out to everybody called One Step Ahead of the Repo Man. I got something I need to confess, because my finances have always been a mess. We just seem to spend it faster than I can bring it in, I guess. Isn't that why they invented American Express? Now's the time to come up with a plan, 'cause I'm only one step ahead. One step ahead, yeah. One step ahead of the repo man. I've always borrowed from Peter to pay Paul. Yeah, but this time neither one returned my call. And so the cash flow is in limbo, and brother, now I need to stall. I'm getting kinda used to living up against the wall. That is where I'll have to make my stand. I'm trying to stay one step ahead. One step ahead, yeah. One step ahead of the repo man. Whoa, barely made it out of that one alive. One step ahead is just about the best that I can do. One step ahead, and if I'm lucky, that's still true. We're making a living, we're not doing too damn bad. Yeah, but we just keep on spending money we might never have. Isn't that the sad story? Something happened to me the other night. It's different than the tab I paid last night. I knew I had to settle up or face a fight. I said I got maxed out credit cards at several banks in town. I know they'll just increase my limit till I'm in the ground. So we'll just ask the undertaker about his easy payment plan, and we'll stay one step ahead. Yeah, one step ahead. We're gonna one step ahead of the repo man. We're all just one step ahead. One step ahead. One step ahead of the repo man. True story.
True story. What was going to get repossessed?
No, that's the point. You're one step ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tell the story. I was sitting at the kitchen table trying to write all the bills, and all the bills were paid. There wasn't a whole lot left. I said, well, but we're one step ahead of the repo, mate.
Great song.
That's really funny. Really funny. What kind of piano have you got there? It looks like a big old dusty amp on top.
This is my old Yamaha CP70 electric grand that I got in the 70s and played in small talk. And I've got it set up in the basement because we have kind of a rehearsal space down here. You can't see it. I wish I had a handheld camera, but we got drums, posters of all my heroes: Johnny Cash, Muddy Waters, James Brown, Bob Marley, the Beatles, Ruthie and the Wranglers.
Ooh, yeah.
We got a jukebox that doesn't work, and we've got a pinball machine that doesn't work.
Ooh, I've always wanted those, except I wish they worked, right? Wow.
This
Get
is a
them
Yamaha
fixed.
electric grand.
And how did you learn? You taught yourself, didn't you, how to play piano?
I did, and it was, when I was a kid. First of all, I had three older sisters. I'm one of 6 kids, and my sisters were pretty musical, and my parents had music in the house all the time. I mean, music at church, and they also had a very old player piano that you could put paper rolls on and pump the pedals, which would then fill up these bellows and blow air through the system. And whenever there was a punched hole in the roll, it would play that note. So I was exposed to a lot of music that way, and it wasn't necessarily like serious piano music, but it was like everything from Pat Boone, Love Letters in the Sand, to There's a Long, Long Trail a Winding, da, 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 and Christmas carols and everything. But the point is, you could see visually how the keys would be moved. So you could figure out, well, that's what that kind of run looks like, and that's a C chord, and they had like boogie woogie music and just all kinds of stuff, Christmas hymns, Christmas carols. So eventually I sort of learned a few chords the way a lot of guys and girls pick up guitar and learn to play a few chords so they can accompany themselves to a Beatles song or a Bob Dylan song. And then, gradually got exposed to more actual piano playing through, Billy Joel and Leon Russell and Bill Payne and some other people that, influenced me a lot. But I've learned from everybody I've ever played with, so I don't really say I'm self-taught, but I didn't really have lessons either.
Now, I've always wondered this I always wanted to play piano too growing up. Did you ever, as a little kid, I mean, when did you start playing? But as a little kid, did you put your fingers as the piano was playing so you get a better idea of how it really went?
But I would sort of mimic it. Yeah. Actually, it was a lot of work for a little kid to pump those things. You'd sit on a piano bench and then pumping these pedals. They were kind of heavy. I mean, when I was, I guess, in elementary school, I, for a very brief time, was playing trumpet at school, and then I thought I would be a drummer, and I just kind of wound up on the piano by default, I think, because there was one there. So that's.
Well, we got some of your friends are watching right now. Seth Kybel says, "Fantabulous, Mr. Starks." Says, John Pfeiffer, hey, he says, "Repo Man, great tunes. So glad I'm able to tune in." And Robbie White is up there and saying you're great. Yes, we agree.
Hi, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
And Seth said, "Don't fear the repo."
That's good. That's a good bumper sticker for your song.
It is. It's great. Tommy Wright, hey, and Rachel Kaufman. We've got a whole bunch of folks watching. So
Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.
And folks watching, please share. Please share. And then there's a Venmo link for Bill because he gave up a day of work today to come and do this. So feel the guilt.
You don't have to think it was that big of a sacrifice, however. It's
Oh,
nice to be-
okay.
nice to be with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
thank
Seth,
you.
thank you so much. You know, my Azalea City Music label mate, Seth, who is an unbelievable musician and who has written a number of very clever songs as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seth was on our show last month, I think. It seems
It was
it's
a little bit farther back, but yeah.
Yeah.
What a talent. That was back when he was good, right?
Well,
He's
a couple
always
months
good.
ago. You
Yeah.
want to play something else?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
okay.
what's he gonna play?
What would you like to hear? Let me think about this. I'll tell you what. I'll do the 300 miles to Memphis.
Oh, I love that.
Great.
Thank you. This is the one song of the year, which I was obviously very grateful for, and I'm so happy to be able to perform it live with Ruthie and the Wranglers. The live arrangement that we do is just killer because, you know, Ruthie's band is just killer. So doing it by myself is a little different, but here we go. It's over 300 miles from Memphis, New Orleans. It's over 300 miles from Memphis to New Orleans. It's a long way to travel on your hands and knees. And it's a lonesome ride down southbound 55. Lonesome ride down southbound 55. And even worse to be alone when you arrive. So long, why'd you never say goodbye? I drive all night if you show me some new road to try. I don't know what you heard or who you believe. Still don't know why you thought you had to leave. Tried to find you the very same day. The state of Mississippi kinda got in the way. By the time I realized where you'd gone, pulling out of Memphis, you were passing Macomb. I made pretty good time in all that rain, but I turned around and leg punched a train. You'd listen to what I'd say. I'd get back in the car and drive the rest of the way. You can be so distant, even in the same room. I might as well be talking to the man in the moon. Had it all worked out in a 6-hour ride. I can't seem to get around all our pride. Baby, give me some sign that it's worth a try. You sit in that house by yourself and cry. Why'd you never say goodbye? I drive all night some new road to try. Could you meet me in Jackson? It's halfway in between, yeah. Come on, meet me in Jackson. It's halfway in between. You got nothing to lose but time and some gasoline. It's only 300 miles from Memphis to New Orleans. Only 300 miles from Memphis to New Orleans. Yeah, but miles can't measure what that distance means. You just don't know if you ever really found it again.
How did you write that song? That's my favorite of yours, I think. It's so emotive and poignant.
Thank you. Well, you know, the actual title came from an idea I had because I was reading a John Grisham book. I think it's The Client, many, many years ago. And he described how he had to travel, I think in the reverse, he had to travel from New Orleans up to Memphis, if I'm not mistaken. And it just got, that kind of stuck in my head, and I carried that around for a little while. And then I just got to thinking about really what the song is about is the distances that we create between each other, not necessarily geographical, but sometimes. And, you know, trying to reach across that distance and kind of reestablish contact.
So Robbie White says he's playing this song on Forbidden Alliance on the 18th.
Right. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, that's a great
Appreciate
song.
that.
Can we take a minute to say how great Robbie White is?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yee-hee.
we love our Robbie White.
Absolutely. Such a great supporter, promoter, super fan, so knowledgeable.
Oh, yes.
Just, you know, every show of his, you learn something, and it's just such a treat too. And just, you know, hearing so many people in the musical community get represented on the air, it's
Yep.
yeah, it's priceless.
There's
Yeah.
no other place really like that, I don't think. It's good. That's great.
Not so
Yeah.
much anymore, except for the songwriter spotlight with the Snarky system.
Okay. Huh. Well, let's do another song. I love that song.
All right.
It was so good. You know what? That should be on some movie soundtrack, that song. Yeah, I can
Thank
hear
you.
it on so many different things. A Coen Brothers movie. Coen Brothers, if you're watching,
That's
that would be
right.
good. Yep.
Pick up the
Yeah.
phone, give us a call. Can I do a song from long ago?
Yeah.
Of course.
This is the young, naive, college-age Bill Starks. Mama Maria, sweet Latin lady, wants to go dancing and I hope she takes happy, and that's what she tells me. She makes it easy, she's good to me. Said, take me away to the ocean. I wanna go, you can come with me. Take me away to the city. I know a place where we both can be. I know a place where we both can be. Mama Maria cooks in the kitchen all kinds of vegetables just for me. She can draw pictures and she says it's easy, and I can't sit still long enough to agree. Take me away to the ocean. I wanna go, you can come with me. Take me away to the city. I know a place where we both can be. I know a place where we both can be. Mama Maria, Dulce Latina, how can I ask her to wait for me? She wants to go with a man to California. She says some things just aren't meant to be. Take me away to the ocean. I wanna go, you can come with me. Take me away from the city. I know a place where we both can be. I know a place where we both can be. Mama Maria, sweet Latin lady. Reaching that note.
Nice.
That was written in a practice room at Montgomery College. They have really nice pianos up there. Back in the day. Thank you.
So, you were telling us about your piano when you were a kid. So, did you take lessons formerly as a little 8-year-old kid?
No, I didn't take any lessons. My mom tried to interest me in it, and I was stubbornly not interested.
So, how did you learn how to play so well?
I just learned from everybody I ever played with and listening to the people that I enjoy. And the so well part, I'll leave that up to you. I don't know. That's probably subjective.
It's a great mix of boogie woogie and stride, and it's infectious, and that's my favorite kind of piano playing. If I were going to learn to play piano, which I have my own Steinway Grand here.
Very nice.
Which is now mostly a candelabra holder and book holder, music sheets and a guitar on top of it, and guitars underneath it mostly. But I would learn to play your style of music, boogie woogie and stride, and Chico Marx style.
I have to master that.
Well, we have a great stride piano player watching us right now, Rachel Kaufman, good friend of ours.
Yes, Rachel.
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel.
Yeah.
How are you? And Robbie says that John Carroll and Rico Petruccelli, another ex-Steinette, are celebrating Robbie Magruder next Sunday. So watch Robbie's show. It's on WOWD. You don't even have to leave your house or get in your car. It's on the internet streaming. So yeah, that's great. Fabulous.
Yeah, so many of us really just appreciated and loved playing with Robbie and his friendship and his musicianship. That'll be a great show.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't make me cry. Tell us about the new song you recorded.
Oh.
Your super secret song and video.
Well, it hasn't really been announced yet, yes. But I think I can mention this much, that Ruthie and the Wranglers went back into the studio a couple of weeks ago and we recorded a new song. And we have also created a music video, which I believe is going to be kind of debuted on an upcoming Bandhouse Gigs streaming show. Bandhouse Gigs, as you know, has sponsored for many years and produced, I should say, some really popular and some really well done tribute concerts to various artists, various styles of music. And in the pandemic, they didn't want to stop creating and stop having contact with their audience and with all the musicians that are associated with these shows. So they started putting together these streaming shows. And in some cases, it's videos from shows that were in the past. In some cases, it's creative people like Arch making videos of songs that they've done in the studio. And I guess I would say this one is a little bit of both. And I can say no more.
All right.
Wait a minute. Not even a hint?
Top
Look for
secret.
that. Look for that coming up in, I think it's mid-April, and I don't want to get ahead of myself with announcing the date, but I think it's coming up soon.
Yeah, because guess what? It's mid-April.
Yes. It did occur to me.
And tell us about your upcoming shows. You've got some, right, with Ruthie and with the Newmeyer Flyer?
Ruthie has booked some outdoor shows, and we're going to be playing some of the shows in the Fairfax County parks system, which are always fun. It's great to get out to people's neighborhoods and
Yeah.
go meet them on their own turf and not make them come to a smoky dark club and pay for parking. It's fun playing for families and kids and older folks, and it's a great mix of an audience that way. Well, I'm going to be part of a Newmeyer Flyer show coming up that's a tribute to the band Little Feat, which we've done a couple of times. Once at Bethesda Blues and Jazz, and once at the Birchmere. So there is a show coming up in mid-June at the Birchmere, and a fabulous lineup of musicians from the area that are signed up for that one.
Great. I feel like we're slowly coming out of the COVID, sort of like those 17-year locusts are slowly coming up out of the no cicadas.
I don't think it's exactly like that. I don't.
Diana, you
What?
have to know what the 17-year cicadas are.
Oh yeah, I grew up here. I remember the first
Yeah.
year. Yeah, it was
Just
horrifying.
wait till mid-May, y'all.
Yeah, they're coming.
It was
They're coming
horrifying. But I don't think
17
that's
years.
exactly the way the musicians are crawling out of their little holes.
Well, that's how I feel. I feel like I've been
to
buried
die.
for 17 years. They don't die. They're alive, but they're under the ground. That's all. Subterranean.
They just become a part of the environment there for a while. And I think, if I understand it correctly, their real role is to be in the food chain for other critters.
They are delicious. That is one thing.
I wasn't including
delicious.
myself in the other critters, but birds,
Okay.
other small animals.
So your sound is amazing. You sound really good. And we know Arch Alcantara has been really wonderful. He's helped us
Yeah,
out.
Arch.
Arch can take the credit for
Anytime.
Thank you, Arch. He's helped us out with some
Thank you, Arch.
worrisome situations. Yes, cheers, Arch. So from recording to streaming is not. It sounds like it would be easy to know how to use recording gear and then translate it to streaming, but it's obviously a whole different ballpark. And there's a big learning curve, and Diana and I are just sort of like reluctantly.
We've made just about every mistake that you can make, which is how you learn. Just like if you're in a band or you're a musician, the object is to get all of those bad mistakes and bad gigs, early in your career instead of later in your career.
That's
learn something from it. Have a takeaway. That's right.
Let's have Bill have another song. I want to ask him a special question.
Should I
What?
play I See Trouble first and then we
Sure,
could do a song?
sure,
How's
yeah.
that for you, Bill? Is that cool?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
So talk amongst yourselves while Lisa takes a minute to do this. So
I can't recognize who's that behind you, Bill. Is that John Lennon?
Oh, yes.
And the
John Lennon.
poster.
John Lennon is hanging behind
I
me.
see
It's
Bill
a poster
Marley.
for an exhibit of his artwork. And we also have Louis Armstrong, and we have Muddy Waters, and Bob Marley, and James Brown, and Johnny Cash,
ooh, nice.
and Leon Russell, and John Prine, and
Ooh,
a
yes.
WHFS music poster, and
Wow.
Ray Vaughan. So a lot of musical heroes. A lot of posters on the other wall from previous, mostly Bandhouse gig shows, because they've been really fun. And the thing about those shows also is that they give us local musicians, locally based musicians, a chance to play on these stages that are not always available to us, on a regular basis. So with the Music Center at Strathmore and
Oh,
Barns
yeah.
of Wolf Trap and the Fillmore and the Birchmere, it's been really fun.
Well, I've got I See Trouble here.
You
Y'all
asked about
ready?
posters,
Okay.
and I went
Yep.
off on a tangent. Sorry about that.
There we go.
I think this is
You can talk.
Wrangler's Cat.
I see trouble everywhere. See people trying to act like they don't care. And I can't even help myself. No, it don't seem fair. I see trouble everywhere. I've had years of nothing but bad news. I've gotten too familiar with the blues. There's been too many sad stories, and I've heard more than my share. got trouble always on my mind. Yeah, and I read trouble in between the lines. I don't have to look too far. I know what I find. Trouble always on my worried mind. See trouble, hey, see trouble. Trouble trying to sneak up from behind. See trouble, I see trouble, and I see trouble all the time. Yeah. Ain't gonna be no trouble.
That was a fun
That was
night.
great. What a great song that is. And that was Robbie Magruder on drums and Jim Robeson on bass and Ruthie Logsdon on guitar and backup vocals and the great Andy Rutherford on guitar. I guess that looked like a Fender, old beat up Fender Mustang he was playing.
What a great band. It's
Yeah.
Tom Friedrich on drums, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Friedrich on drums. But
Yep.
Robbie did play with the Wranglers for a while there.
Yep.
Years ago, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was a really fun night. I believe we were opening up for NRBQ that night.
Oh, wow. Fabulous.
It was fun.
Wow.
So
Okay,
Ruthie Logston says hi.
Hello.
And it looks like Karen Collins. Hello there.
Hello, and thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Hi,
and
Karen.
our friend Adele is watching, and
Hi, Adele.
And Sally Holland says, "Bill, aren't you supposed to be at work right now?"
Sally, shh, stop.
Outing me.
I hope the whole newsroom is watching.
The whole newsroom is like one or two people. These
Oh, I know. It's so sad. Okay, here are my big questions for you, Bill. Best gig ever.
Oh my gosh. That's really hard to say.
I know. I thought I'd pin you down. Also, you got your wish. Look at what your name is.
What's that?
She calls you Leon Russell.
Oh,
Poof.
oh my gosh. I can't say what the best gig ever was. My goodness.
There are too many good ones.
Some fun ones. I'll list a couple of highlights. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
Ruthie and the Wranglers playing on a dude ranch in Wyoming, and we traveled through Colorado and Montana, and it was
Wow.
amazing being out there. It was just a great trip to take. Junior Klein and the Recliners playing New Year's Eve up at the Marriott Marquis, right in the center there of Times Square, Broadway.
Fabulous.
We had a trip down to the Virgin Islands and played in St. Thomas once. And, the thing is, every gig potentially has the possibility of being the best gig ever.
Okay, watch out. I feel some snarkiness coming on.
That was very diplomatic.
All the gigs are fabulous. All right, worst gig ever.
Worst gig ever. That's hard to say. My goodness.
There's so many of them.
Am I forgetting something?
Once I joined the band.
No.
Au contraire. Au contraire. Worst gig ever. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Suppress that memory.
A musical diplomat. Fabulous.
Okay, I'm going to put Diane on the spot. How about what was your worst gig ever?
I was just telling someone this. It was a bat mitzvah, and they hired a girl group. It was at Charlie Bird's Nest in Georgetown, and they had a giant ice sculpture of a swan in the back, and all the adults were back there, and the 13-year-olds were all back there too. And they gave the band, there were 8 people in the band, they gave the band 2 Subway subs or Somewhere subs. That was our dinner. And that was okay, because I don't care. I don't need to eat the shrimp or the Swedish meatballs or whatever. But when we started playing, there was this big space between the people in the back eating and us. And then right in front of us on this little low stage was a line of about 30 kids from 3 to 7 or 8, all going like this. So yeah, that was one of the worst gigs ever. There are several. So yeah, I have some.
It's just kind of an up. There's ups and downs. It's
Right.
along the journey.
Right. Right.
I can
I had-
remember very early on playing. We played at somebody's holiday party. I think it was a Christmas party, and it was in one of those community rooms at a apartment complex, and I think there were a lot of beverages involved in some cases in the audience, and there was some ugliness that happened at the end. But I do remember something about mic stands being thrown in the pool as we were trying to load out. We sort of it was like a scene from a Blues Brothers movie or something. We barely got out with our gear intact.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I had what was that emergency? I had an apparel emergency once. We were playing at a party for people who wanted to buy steer sperm, and it was out in Virginia somewhere, and they had all of the steer. Each steer was had its own little pen. They were lying like this behind a spotlight as we drove up, and as we were playing the first song, both seams of my dress started to come undone. And I had to walk backwards holding my dress on and quickly change. It was
I
bad.
don't know what's
That was
funnier.
bad.
The event itself or what happened to you, Diana? I
Both
don't
of
know.
them. It was psychedelic. It was really quite strange. All right, Bill, it's time for another song.
A little bit of a wardrobe.
I'm going to talk
It
about.
was a wardrobe failure.
We're going to talk about steer sperm and wardrobe failures for the rest of the show. No,
It's a
let's
big-
have Bill
It's a big
play a song.
business. Yeah, Bill, play a song.
With all due respect, I think that topic really deserves its own show entirely.
It'll be a very moving subject.
We'll try. We'll try a little rockabilly stuff here. During that break, I forgot how to play. It's kind of weird. Well, there's a place up ahead near the fork in the road. Every little boy surely would want to go. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. It's not so much a place to stay as a place to entertain. And when you've been there once, you only want to come again. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. Go ahead and show your face. Go ahead and try your hand. It's the perfect meeting place between a woman and a man. Well, there's a place up ahead near the fork in the road. Every little boy surely would want to go. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. It's not so much a place to stay as a place to entertain. When you've been there once, you only want to come again. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. There's a burning in the furnace room. Something burning in the furnace room. You can tell that something's cooking. You're gonna feel the heat real soon. Knock, knock, baby, said, here I come. Right on back where everybody started from. That little heart-shaped house. Yeah, that little heart-shaped house where love lives. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. Heart-shaped house where love lives. That little heart-shaped house where love lives. Look out.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Fun. Really, really fun.
I think all the
And now,
I think all the wardrobe malfunctioning talk made me nervous. I don't know.
it can be bad. That can be bad. So, you have a project coming up later in the summer. Is that something you haven't talked about yet?
Well, you know, I mentioned Ruthie and the Wranglers playing. We have some outdoor gigs coming up. I mentioned the Newmeyer Flyer, Little Feat tribute, and oh, I know something. We have recently. I was recruited by some amazingly talented people to put together a little bit of a NRBQ tribute band. Danny Schwartz, Dave Chappell, and Robbie Cooper, and it's going to be
Wow.
called Me and the Boys.
Wow. Me and the boys.
Me and the Boys.
Right.
And I think we have a gig booked at Jam and Java in early August. I believe it's August.
Fabulous.
6th. So looking
Wow.
forward to that because that's always been a big family favorite in our house here, NRBQ, and such a wide range of styles that their music encompasses, and it's just so much fun. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Fabulous. And Ruthie says that she wrote that you had your CD release with the Wranglers special guests and the Spampinato Brothers at Bethesda Blues and Jazz.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Back in June of 2015, I believe it was. What a special night that was.
Yeah, that must have been a lot of fun.
Big fun. We got to play Rocket in My Pocket with
Wow.
Jimmy and Johnny Spampinato, and so we kind of melded the two bands and had a big, I wouldn't say a free for all, but it was a big crowd on stage, and it was so much fun.
It does. It sounds
It
like
was
a
great
lot
to
of
be able to
blast.
debut the songs from the CD there that night. It's as you know, it was a great room, wonderful stage, and so many friends were gathered. But also, just as a fan, it was really fun to hear them play and then to share the stage with them for a few minutes. It was really fun. We've also done we had Johnny Spampinato come down and join us. I want to say a year ago, last fall, we did a show at JV's on a Friday night, and he sat in with the band, and we did some of his tunes, and he played along on some of ours, and it was just wonderful fun. A lot of great energy. Hello up there, Johnny.
Fabulous. That sounds great. Wow.
So we have some really wonderful songwriters that are watching today, and I just noticed that Susan Rowe popped on. Hi there, Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, we love Susan. So can you just tell us a little bit when you write a song? Is it the kind of thing that all at once you're doing the lyrics and the music at the same time, or do you kind of get down a cool tune, or do you start with a lick? How does the process work for you, or is it different every single time?
It isn't. It hasn't been one way, really. But I will say that more often than not, I get a lyrical idea, and sometimes I'll just carry that phrase around in my head for a long, long time. That was the case with a song called "No Crying on Friday," and I just had that title, and I was thinking of it being like a kind of a more up tempo, kind of a rocky song, and it wound up being a very kind of stripped down acoustic, John Prine-ish, I guess I would say, song that is recorded on the I See Trouble CD, and also Ruthie and the Wranglers recorded a version of it as well. So, it just took a long time for that one to kind of come to fruition. And then there's been the song I See Trouble, I wrote out on the back porch, and I think it took about 15 or 20 minutes. It just came to me as a whole thing, and it's a pretty simple structure. But that's an example of a song kind of almost coming in a complete package. And I have still now some, I mentioned earlier in the show, just with all this time off, I have these nuggets of ideas that I've been trying to kind of hatch. But, sometimes it's just hard to get out of your own way and let the song finish itself and come out. So I guess to answer your question, I think for me, more often than not, the words or a title might come to mind. And for an exception to that, there's a song of mine called Old Dogs, New Licks. And I got the... So the piano kind of came to me before the song. And as a result, sometimes you have to be careful because you're sort of still deciding what the song is about.
Yeah.
And you know, so but that's an example of the music sort of coming in my head first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have time for about two more. Would you
Okay.
like to play something for us?
Sure.
You can play one of the songs you just mentioned if you would like, or something else, whatever you like.
Okay. I had a list and I left it upstairs. Now my mind's going blank. But here's a piano song that. You don't know what she's been through. It just never occurred to you. Don't take my word, go find out. I can save you time, no doubt. I can't change what it did to me. Maybe I can make you see. You don't know what she's been through. It just never occurred to you. When I knew her, you were gone. And I can't tell you what went wrong. What led up to your farewell still is a secret and she won't tell. You left behind more than memories, dirty clothes and extra keys. You don't know what she's been through. It just never occurred to you. Everybody wants to make it in a hurry. She tried to make it on her own. Everybody never had to worry. She never spent much time alone. She did what she had to do. No one else could help her through. All her friends that tried meant well. Yeah, they picked her up each time she fell. That just made her feel ill at ease, made her condition a disease. You don't know what she's been through. It just never occurred to you. You don't know what she's been through. It just never occurred to you. You don't know what she's been through. Never occurred to you. Never occurred to you. I forgot to play the instrumental part.
Beautiful. You have such a nice voice.
Well, thank
Really,
you.
really nice. Just a nice, smooth, easy. I love to listen to your voice.
Well,
Very
thank
nice.
you so much. Appreciate that. People
you.
ask me what that song is about because they want to know what the story is behind it, and it's deliberately vague. But the real story behind it is that guys are clueless. I think we can pretty much agree on that.
I was thinking that a woman probably wrote that, or could have written that song.
Well, that's the parenthetical subtitle. Guys are clueless.
Yeah.
So, in that particular song, did you write the lyrics first, or did you write the whole thing together?
Yeah, I think I sort of wrote it together. I think
It feels like you did to me.
Yeah.
Very much so, because I think the mood of the music goes with those lyrics incredibly well.
we had a
Mike
group-
Smith goes, I could hear a violin on that one too. Great song, Bill. And Ruthie goes, the sound is fantastic. And John Pfeiffer writes, you don't know, such a powerful hook. I'm wrecked in the most wonderful way.
Aww.
Oh, well, on I See Trouble, there's a very stripped down version of that tune that features the wonderfully talented Helen Houseman on the viola. And it's pretty much just piano and her playing, and with a couple of castanets and other little effects. But
Yeah.
that's you heard the stringed instrument in there, and you are correct, sir. She does a wonderful rendition of that song. And then coincidentally, On this, there's sort of a full band, originally, the original kind of power pop version of it that I originally conceived.
So to get an actual hard copy, a CD, instead of just going to Spotify, they can go to your website?
They can go to my website and they can email me. Unfortunately, I'm having a kind of a disagreement with CD Baby right now about my first album, I See Trouble. But the other one, Do You Hear Me Now, is available on iTunes and Amazon Music and Apple Music. And of course, come to a show and I'll be glad to supply you with one.
That's right.
What do you think about the state of that now? Because, you know, the status of all that, you sell your songs on those, you know, platforms and you get a fraction of a penny. I mean, doesn't it makes me angry.
Well,
and frustrated.
It is. It isn't fair, and it isn't a very good system. I think it's just, I think we're all kind of driven by the principle that music is for sharing, and there's no point in kind of keeping it in a box in your garage. So, however people want to get it, I'm very happy to have them, and if it's, you know, if I get $10, that's great. You know, it'll help maybe the next one come along or something.
That's right.
As Tex Rabinowitz used to say, his latest record was a million seller.
Yes.
He had 1 million of them in his cellar.
Yeah. There's a million down in the cellar.
So, Bill, I can see why you are Songwriter of the Year at the Whammy Awards in 2016. It comes through loud and clear. You're an excellent songwriter. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you so much for asking. It's been fun, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Hey, aren't you going to do one more tune? Yeah, we want one more tune.
We want to pull one more if we can.
We want to get our money's worth out of you, Bill.
All right. That sounds good. Here's one that I'll send out to the beautiful lady upstairs. My wife,
Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hi,
and
Mary.
in view of Mother's Day approaching, this song is called Yo Mama. Every boy, every man, every woman or girl, there's one thing still true all around this old world. In your moment of trouble, trial, or trauma, who's there to love you? Nobody does it like your mama. Well, the bad times seem better when your mama's around. And you can't get to sleep when she's gone out of town. If you hold up in your crib or out at the Grand Bahama, you know there's nobody better to spend the night with than your mama. Who's gonna love you all night long? Who's gonna love you from the inside out? Who's gonna stand by you right or wrong? Who's gonna show you what it's all about? Your mama. She likes it extra spicy, no MSG. And if you ask her nicely, yeah, maybe you'll see. Come on into the kitchen, mama, show me your best recipe. After you've jitterbugged off into dreamland, comes a time she can take me and make me a free man. So get back up those stairs, child, and put on your pajamas. Now's the time that I don't want no one around but your mama. Now's the time I don't want no one around but your mama. Yeah, now's the time I don't want no one around but your mama.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
baby.
was great. Aw.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Thank you.
That sounded great. That's really sounded great. Arch, you did a great job. Thank you.
Hey,
Yay.
couldn't happen without him.
Yay. Thank
Hey,
you, Arch.
thanks, Arch. That's so cute.
And Bill Starks, thank you so much for being on the Sunday Songwriter Spotlight. We had a great time. And for all the people watching, thank you for tuning in. And we'll
Thank
see
you,
you all next
everyone.
week.
Thank you.
Entirely my pleasure. Thanks so much. See you soon.